Going live.
All right, we are here, season 6, episode 27. My name is Jim Weglers, aka Wegs. You can follow me at Wegspool on X and on Instagram. By the way, we're part of the Side Action Podcast.
Nice. I'm arriving. My name is Coop. You can check me on Instagram at Dalton Cooper, on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. As James Weglars III pointed out, we are the Side Action Podcast, and man, it's gonna be an empty seat next to me. You know, it's setting in for me at this point. It's
Sorry, man.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
Can I still get keys to the apartment? Come in. I can record on Thursdays.
I can.
Just for like old time's sake, you could be here in spirit almost.
You just want to hear the ambulance come by?
Yeah, I was gonna say some habits die hard. You know.
So just for the record, the 7th, I'm going obviously to Hawaii on Sunday.
You're gonna be so tan. Did you think about that yet?
No, I haven't thought about it.
Nice.
I got to be able to leave the office though.
Yeah.
They told me today, do not bring a sports coat, do not bring a tie.
Nice.
And bring comfortable shoes. I'm like, well, I only have like 2 pairs of shoes. But anyway, so yeah, well, more on that later. But I know it's a little sad. You know, programming note, next week we'll figure out how to do it remotely somehow. I'll be somewhere.
Yeah.
Doing my, hopefully in my new Hawaiian shirt with you remote. The following week I will be here. The problem is I'm leaving on Friday, so we'll have to figure out how to. Maybe we do it Thursday. I'll also have the happy hour. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's okay, buddy. It's okay.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
We only got a few more weeks, and then we'll talk about programming notes. Like we want to do through college basketball, like after the championship. Then we do the Masters episode.
Oh yeah.
Then I would like to. This is like totally off the cuff here. I'd like us to do like a draft episode.
Okay.
If possible.
I was watching the combine today too. I was watching DBs running. Yeah.
I knew you were.
Oh yeah.
And then another week or so, we'd like to do the Kentucky Derby episode. So those are like special episodes. We'll skip some weeks, get a couple specials.
Nice.
And then we chill out till I know you want to keep doing baseball. I'm not doing that. I'll see you.
Steamhead Express. Come on, man. We can play fantasy together.
You can have your own. Yeah, we right.
Yeah. Come on, the people want to know.
A little tidbit. They're not listening, but Nadia's boyfriend Steven is going to do fantasy baseball, so he needs your advice.
Nice. Okay.
I told him, don't ask me. I'm not a team head, supposedly.
Man, yeah, but let me join the league. I want to do fantasy. I've never done fantasy baseball, but I want to do it this year. I've always had friends that do it, and I like buy into friends' money leagues. And he just does the team, and I just pay half the money and end up winning money.
Well, that's good. That's good. Let them do the logistics.
Yeah, that's a good business strategy.
You're like a silent partner, except you're like a very loud silent partner.
Yeah. Well, I'm more of a distraction than anything. Yeah.
So anyway, let's go back to the last weekend. We kind of jumped in a sideways angle. I mean, we side action angle.
Right.
Last weekend, you
Like
obviously
an eternity ago.
It does feel a long time ago. We tape on Fridays. It feels like it's
even worse when we tape on Saturday.
That was bad.
Yeah. Well, it was bad. It feels weird. Everything it just feels different.
It's weird. So yeah, we played Hamlin. We did the Wolfpack Saturday. It was sober-ish, but not that much. Not for us.
No, it's a good time. I'm trying to remember where we went. Honestly, I can't.
We pregame. So I had. What did I do early? I don't know.
You were out at your brother's birthday party.
Oh yeah,
that's
brother's birthday, bro.
Yeah, shout out to
congratulations, Phil.
Phil Wegs.
Hedgerton. No, he's not a Hedgerton. I'm a Hedgerton.
Oh, you're a Hedgerton. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a nice little time. Little pizza, little salad, and birthday cake.
Nice.
And then I met you guys. I went to Steph's for a drink.
Yeah.
Then we went to Beauty Bar.
That's right.
We had to wait outside. It was a little chilly.
Somebody didn't bring their coat.
That somebody is Nicole, who is an idiot. She was like a block away. And when Steph took off her jacket,
wow, my God.
And then she stood amongst me and was it
the human igloo?
We were like between, and we try to keep her warm. But then we got in there. It was pretty fun. And then somebody had too much to drink. Not me. Not you.
Not me.
I had fun.
Yeah, I had a great time.
You were dancing.
Yeah, we were having a good time. I didn't sweat as much that time. They already had the fans on, thank God. I think that really helped out. But you could definitely tell it's like a 20-degree difference from that end of the bar and then just walking into that room.
Yeah.
It goes straight. Like the temperature goes through.
I'm pretty sure that room you're only supposed to have maybe 50 people. There's at least 100.
Oh, every time. Yeah.
Wasn't bad. It was fun. Fun time. Sunday. God, I don't even remember what I did Sunday.
I don't know what I didn't.
I played volleyball.
Nice.
I played at 7 a.m.
Okay.
I played phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, progression. We played progression. It's a deep sand, a little tough. You go to downers. It's like, even though it's like this terrible powdery sand, you can jump a lot better.
Okay.
Maybe the nets are lower. I was just pounding the ball. Like, I can't hit in progression. Look at this. Bam. So we played 3 hours though. And it was funny because, so it was Luke, myself, Yarek, you know Yarek?
I think I've seen Yarek.
A guy named Paul. Paul's a really good player. And then do you know Susie? I think her name is Lesnar, maybe. She is so good. She's like, so the first, what you do is you play, each person rotates, you play with everybody.
Yeah.
She was the last person to sit because she's in the best shape of the 5 of us. But then secondly, she won all 4 of her first games.
Nice. Okay.
So we got to beat Susie.
Right.
I mean, everybody, she won every time. Second time we did slow her down. I think she was 1-3 or something.
She's getting a little tired.
Must have got tired.
Yeah.
I got
tired.
No,
you guys threw her off by making her sit, honestly. It's kind of like that rust versus rest situation. Yeah, that's
right.
what happened. You threw her off.
Take that, sucker. But no, she's great. She's so fun to play with. It was a good time. And then
volleyball.
Shit. Oh, yeah. I went to the vets.
Nice.
Took the
vets.
The date out for her birthday. It was, I don't get these girls, man. This is a totally different podcast topic. She was looking good, beautiful. Yeah. Oh, she looked good. I mean, she looked great. We're having a good time.
A real gem.
But she had, afterwards, see you later. See you later, Wegs. No.
Nothing, no peck, no nothing, no little action. We take all the action for this podcast.
A side hug. Side action.
Not the side hug.
I like the side action that ends at least over there on the couch.
Not the side hug.
It was what are we doing here?
Like a friend, like an arm around the, hey.
No, she gave me a hug, but it was kind of not like a, it's like anyway, she's actually going to, where is she going? Napa or one of those places. What's the other one? Sonoma Valley for
California.
She's having a big bash.
So big bash.
Oh, good. How about you? Well, so I don't want to relive the.
Yeah, I didn't really do shit, honestly. Oh, yeah, we had our asses handed to us, so that was fun. We'll just call it what it is. That's okay. It happens. Mom said there'd be days like that, So we definitely look forward to them, and hopefully they go by quickly. So that was the nice thing is we actually were one of the first ones done.
Yeah.
So I had a high school golf coach that was very realistic. 2 of the best years I ever played in high school sports was golf coach. He's also my chemistry teacher. But the first thing he told us is that there's going to be bad days on the course, and if we're going to suck, just suck fast. You don't want to be out there all day. So, so we just
that's what he said.
Yeah, exactly. So, but no, that was all right. I'm just trying to think of anything else I've really been doing. Just now, kind of the routine, going to the gym, enjoying that, and then
gotcha.
I'm enjoying the weather spell we're having. By the way,
goodness.
Just the roller coaster we've been
riding. You like the up and downs?
Okay. Oh no, not normally. It usually messes with my sinuses and I can't breathe. So
yeah, the heat system doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, it was 70 on Tuesday and it was 33 on Wednesday, right? Or something.
And I was really happy to work 12 hours on Tuesday. But I'm glad you enjoyed it. I know people were at Foster. And there's some people playing tomorrow.
Foster. I saw that. I think they're going to play grass at Montrose even.
Yeah, of course. So. You playing at Hamlin tomorrow?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm gonna go up to we're doing the end of the show again, but we're going up to whatchamacallit. Where'd I tell you? Mundelein. There you go. Mundelein. It's
the locals call it Mundelein.
Yeah.
Mundelein.
That's okay. You can't take the Ohio out of the boy, right?
So let's talk about the shed this week. Surprisingly, you only have. You're actually it's a group of people.
Yeah. But it wasn't a very there's been a lot of bad news this week. Really. Have you seen anybody else that was kind of worthy? Other than obviously the person you have in there, which we'll talk about yours. I think
I'm sure. You have a bone to pick with me.
Yeah, I do.
Well, go ahead. Who do you have first? You can take me to the shed.
I took the NFL running backs. They got taken to the shed this week.
Okay.
So notably, Derrick Henry, Tony Pollard, Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, and Austin Eckler. Let's just name a few. Not Gus Edwards, a couple other folks, obviously. But yeah, they're all free agents. No franchise tags, no long-term contracts, no nothing.
The devaluation of the running back position.
It's just and it is it's in full force.
It's not even their fault.
No, it's really not.
You got some good players in there.
A couple of rule changes obviously have kind of made it more pass-friendly game, and the running back is the position that's suffering the most.
Despite they raised the cap more than they expected.
Yeah.
It's like 258 or some huge number. You can't get these running backs signed.
They basically gave the Chiefs a 3-peat.
Yes.
That's basically what happened by raising the cap that
we
much.
want Patrick Mahomes to be the greatest of all time. Now, look, I love Patrick. Talks like Kermit the Frog, but come on, let's make it tough on him,
But yeah, that's who got taken in the shed. Like I said, I didn't really see anything more.
Usually you're a big shed guy.
Yeah, well, usually there's a lot of negativity out there.
Well, here's the negativity, and we can discuss it. It's okay. It's open to discuss. Is the court stormers. First of all, when you're favored in a game, you can't storm the court. You're favored by 3 points. Now, granted, you beat Duke. You haven't beat Duke in a million years, apparently. And this is Wake Forest. But it's not just Wake Forest. It's you saw, Caitlin Clark, I don't know. She looked like she just like Filipowski, put her arms out a little bit, maybe do a little pushing. But when you're in that situation, you got a zillion little youngsters running at
Ethan,
you.
the accounting major, that's 5'7" and maybe $165. Yeah, like what are we talking about here?
But here's the thing, like, let those guys get off the court, then you can do whatever you want. Yeah. You got the whole night.
Well,
have you ever court stormed?
No, but I did get to like storm like UDs down. So the year they beat Syracuse in the Sweet 16 to go to the Elite Eight to play Florida, we were my mom lives, I don't know, 5 minutes from campus. So we went down that night, enjoyed the big festivities. Yeah. So, but that's the closest I've ever gotten.
The one time they wasn't storm the court, it was the field. Remember back in the old days when you could somehow get the goalposts out of the ground?
Oh, they still can nowadays.
They can?
Tennessee threw it in the river a couple of years ago, and they beat they beat Alabama? Yeah.
Well, we, this is not like we beat some big team. We just beat, we came from behind and beat Wyoming, the big rival. And
nice.
I wasn't pulling up the goalpost. I was like in the crowd. I was around.
You were a bystander.
I was like walking down close to the field. I don't even think I put my foot on the field. Everybody's going crazy. The guys grabbing, they're ripping the thing out. They're taking the goalpost downtown. I get it. You get the youngsters. They got a lot of energy, these guys. I mean, you're not too far away from there.
Yeah.
But just let the players.
And nowadays they sell beer at the arena. Back then they didn't used to. Now they do. And so everybody, so everybody's 3 or 4 beers in at this point.
They're lubed up. They're lubed up. But I hear what you're saying, but people are going to get hurt. It's not good.
Tell me the last time somebody got significantly injured by a court storming.
Maybe Filipowski.
He started the next night. Or the night after, whatever they played. He literally started their next game.
Yeah, of course. He maybe played it up a little bit. He was like carrying me off, carrying me. Look, basketball guys, and I'm a basketball guy at heart. We're never, known for being tough, to be honest with you. They're worse floppers than soccer, but
they're the freakiest athletes on the planet.
Of course they are.
That's just crazy.
Jump around.
I was watching, which is kind of a good segue. I was watching the Clippers and the Lakers the other night, and just like seeing the ball in their hands on television, or just seeing like those.
It's like a golf ball.
It's tiny. Yeah, just seeing the guy stand next to the ref, even it's like, God, they're just so big. So, but Club Dub this week, the nice little transition here. LeBron James, first person in Club Dub this week. The Lakers, like I was just saying, they completed a 21-point fourth quarter comeback over the Clippers.
They did.
It was the biggest comeback of LeBron's career,
That's
actually
amazing.
over 20 years. So he added 34 points. He had 6 rebounds, 8 assists. He
had a big game.
He had 7 3-pointers as well. And he's closing in on being the only 40,000 point scorer in NBA history. I think he's like 18 away.
Somebody may come along, but you got to play 20 years to get those kind of numbers.
Yeah. Maybe Steph Curry. Maybe if he, so? He's got a greatest shooter of all time. He's got a chance to age well.
But he just didn't LeBron started at 18.
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
Steph was only he was 22.
Yeah, 22. 23. But like I said, his longevity might help just by the way the game is played.
50.
Well, just the way the game is played now. He gets dead in the corner and just keeps shooting. So we'll see what happens. We're also going to add Jake Knapp. I don't know if you saw this. Jake Knapp won his first PGA Tour event. It was the Mexico Open in his 9th career start.
Okay.
He won $1.46 million to the old bank account. So that's a good amount of bones there. But the cool thing about this story was just 2 years ago, he's actually working as a bouncer in California.
Oh.
So his regimen, he'd get to the course at 10 a.m. He'd be off the course by 5 p.m. He'd go to work at 6. He'd leave the bar at 2 or 3 in the morning, and then he'd wake up and do it all over again. He did that for over a year and a half. And now he's finally on
a millionaire.
The PGA Tour. He actually he was on the Korn Ferry Tour and didn't keep his
Korn Ferry,
which is basically like the minor leagues with PGA. Yeah. So, but he didn't keep his status, or he had a bad couple months or whatever. So he had to go back to being a regular old citizen like the rest of us. So, but it's cool to see jump back in the saddle. Kind of a cool story, if anything.
Awesome story.
So,
love that.
Crushes the ball, by the way, like 190 balls. Yeah, like 190 ball speed with the driver, just hitting 330, 340, 350 consistently.
Love it.
So, and then the Nashville Predators.
The Preds.
So they're on a heater. Speaking of being on a heater, they won their 7th straight last night. They beat the Minnesota Wild 6-1. They currently hold the first place, or the first wild card spot. And honestly, this team was kind of slept on in the beginning.
Do they still throw the catfish on there?
Oh yeah, they still got the catfish down there in Bridgestone Arena.
Oh, you sneak that in.
Right. Well, how the octopus is in Detroit? How the hell? Then they have.
But it's kind of smaller.
They've got rats in Florida. I don't know if you've seen that. Yeah, they throw big rats on the ice.
Are they actual rats?
No, it's like a Halloween decoration kind of deal.
Okay.
So.
But those are actual fish.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and it's actual octopus too. So I wonder what they do. What do they do in Seattle, do they throw salmon on the ice or like
Maybe.
because it's the Kraken, right? So
The
it's like a
Kraken.
squid.
It's a
So
squid.
Do they throw the squid on the ice? Or, I
Maybe
don't
some-
know. I have to look into that. I'll
Check it
report
out.
back for next.
Well, you could
podcast.
obviously tell them to do something.
Right. But who you got in Club Dub, eh?
Well, first I'm going to go, let's go while we're on here for sports. The Cougs. We
The
talked
Cougs,
about them. BYU Cougs, man. They went into Allen
Love the
Fieldhouse
Cougars.
and they got the win.
They did.
I was like, first of all, I bet the game.
Yeah.
I bet the game. A little just nothing. A little cash.
You had a hunch. You had a hot
No,
tip.
we talked about it last week. And the first half wasn't looking great. Wasn't looking great. The Jayhawks were kind of dominating. In fact, I think the game was like, it might have been 6 or 7 at the half.
Yeah.
And, we were like, I remember I texted you in the morning, it's +7. He's like, hit it. It went up to +8. Could close. It closed to +8.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, maybe 7 at the half's not great.
Right.
And usually if I like the dog, I'll bet them at the first half because they're going to keep it close. Thank God I didn't. So I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I got another parlay working. I'm doing pretty good. So then I flip in the second half, and all of a sudden, BYU's right there. And they just started raining jumpers. And more importantly, Kansas started missing some free throws.
Everything.
Holy cow, they couldn't hit the free throws, bud,
Yeah.
as you noted. And so they get the win outright. And it wasn't our guy, Ali, Mia's brother, Khalifa. It was another little guy who was just popping J's. But, man, they hit 13 for 40, 34. I thought they hit 15 threes in the second half. That's what I thought I heard, but maybe I'm wrong. But maybe it was 13.
I mean, 13 and 34 is still pretty good.
Pretty
It's almost
good.
50. I think they shot 40% from 3-point,
Yeah,
which is
that's awesome.
That's usually pretty good. I mean, NBA teams, that's their standard. They want to shoot 40% from 3-point.
Yeah, I might have put that note down here, but they hit some jumpers. Yeah, they hit 7 of 15 in the second half.
Oh, nice. So, yeah, they shot 50% basically in the second half.
All right, one more club dub. Didn't put on the outline, but this is hot off the presses yesterday.
Oh.
Yesterday? Yeah. The kid, my daughter, full ride to Virginia for law school, man.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. Hopefully they score
Oh,
more
good.
points while she's down there. Hopefully she can enjoy a little
we
bit
don't
of
care about that.
offense. While she's there.
$77K a year is a nice little present for her. So she
Oh, yeah.
called me yesterday. She also got into Duke. So she's going to visit Duke this weekend, and she's going to also try to leverage that offer. I don't know if she's going to decide to go to Duke or Virginia, but it's between those two basically now. So I was so happy for her. I'm like, oh my God, I called, my ex, and we're not that close, but yeah, she's crying. She's all excited. So yeah, I mean, Sophia, welcome to Club Dub.
Yeah.
You know what? For one night, your dad will pop for the bottle service. The credit card bill's a little up, so don't go too crazy.
Yeah.
So what's your stat of the week?
Oh, yeah,
this week?
stat of the week. So this actually occurred recently. So can you name the only NBA player with a 30-point triple-double on his birthday?
On his birthday.
Yeah.
Oh boy. 30-point Michael Jordan.
No, unfortunately not. It's actually a best name for a dog that you can find, but it's Luka Doncic. He actually
Doncic.
accomplished that on Wednesday night.
There he goes.
He had a 30-point. I think it was 30 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. So they had a
He's
pretty
a
good night.
Pisces.
Yeah, he's the first NBA player to have a 30-point triple-double on his birthday. Just thought that was
Yeah,
interesting.
he's good.
So
It was kind of cute seeing him and what's his name? The other guy. Yeah, the good guy.
oh, Jokic.
Jokic.
Yeah, at the All-Star game. Yeah,
They were kind of like
got a
little buddies.
bromance. Yeah.
I saw an interesting movie, by the way, off the script here. Did you see a couple years ago? Sandler made a movie. It was like an NBA basketball movie about
Yeah,
the guy.
what was it called?
Yeah, I should know these things. I bring them up, but it was like the prospect or shooter or something. But anyway, it was like some Spanish dude he finds on the street.
Well, no,
playing ball.
it was European. I didn't think he was.
Yeah,
Like,
he's Spanish.
Yeah,
Well, he's from Spain.
Spain, Madrid. Okay.
Yeah. And he was balling. It was pretty cool though. I actually liked that movie quite a bit. If I could, remember the name here. Here, this is
Keep
good.
talking. Hustle.
Hustle.
Yeah,
Interesting
because he's
movie.
got a daughter and a family and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, great movie.
Queen Latifah, his wife.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Shout out to interracial relationship.
Yeah.
All right, let's
What a great segue.
College
Hell yeah.
hoops here.
We're on
Come
fire
on.
today, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
mean, we can't talk about Eric Musselman. Usually every season I talk about Eric Musselman. He's got a super hot wife, by the way, an African American lady. They always show her, he's taking his shirt off and stuff. I'm like, I get the appeal. They always show her wife. I'm like, there she is, Mrs. Musselman.
Nice to,
Shout
I'd like
out
to
to
shake
you.
his hand.
I think she was like a weather woman, or she was like in the news in wherever he originally was working.
Okay.
But now obviously she's
She's moved on to bigger and better things.
yeah, she's one of the wives in there. So, all right, let's get into last week's recap. We had a pretty good week, Coop. I know we were talking about it. Now this first
Danielle,
one,
nice. Danielle Musselman, nice. Yeah.
Danielle's a nice looking lady. She's
Yeah.
He did okay.
Yeah.
So we both, I think we both like Baylor in this one, right? Maybe you liked Houston. I can't remember, but I remember us talking about Baylor trying to get the win. Home game against Houston. Houston's a tough team, though. Man, they had this game. They were down in the first half big, roared back. Maybe got some bad calls down the stretch, but the game went to overtime. Overtime is never good for the dog. Plus 2.5 was this line for Baylor at home, and unfortunately they lost the game. Getting outscored 13-7 in the overtime, 82-76. So we didn't do good on that one, but the inkling was there. They were in the game. They were game effort there.
Yeah. Overtime is the over's best friend.
Oh, that's true too.
Yeah, so
I love those overs.
Yeah.
Illinois. Okay, this is one of the ones we battled on. I gave you the green on this one, but come on, I was within 10 points the whole goddamn game. The whole game. In fact, halftime was like down by 1 or something. They're right there in this whole game.
Yeah.
End of the game, free throws. Hawkins finally made. So he had 30 points. He had a big game there. So good for Illinois winning 95-85 and covering that 9.5 point spread. So nice work for you.
Yeah, you just know when you know.
You know when you know. And then Kentucky. I didn't end up betting the side. I definitely knew the over was going to hit in this one. Kentucky was a short favorite in this one, only 1 point, and they destroyed Alabama.
Yeah, try telling you.
I know. But I can't trust their deep. They're playing pretty good. I will give you that. They had a good road win this week too. But that's 79.5. That was not even close. I mean, Kentucky scored 117 points in regulation in this game. And then Alabama still put up 95. That's 212 points if you're adding that home.
I think they broke the record for the most times being back in a season, Kentucky, right? Because like the 5th time, it's like, man, what the hell is this team? Oh, never mind, they're back. We're back. We're here. They're national championship contenders. Final 4, here we come. But it's like they'll lose to LSU, and it's like, here we go again.
They'll lose to somebody. But hey, great points. When Alabama and Kentucky are playing, get that over. UConn, okay, minus 8,000. I think they went off as the money line. So you were right. You tried. Look, I thought there was going to be a better game.
The Manalytics had it written. I mean, it was
Manalytics.
We had it nailed to a T.
78-54.
I told you could have given up even 20 points, and we would have walked that dog on home. Yeah,
24. You walked the dog, the husky.
Yeah.
So good job. I shouldn't have put it on there, but as I mentioned, BYU plus 8. Plus 8 was the final number. They won this game outright by 8.
Yeah.
Screw you, Bill Self. I'm going to tell you. Kansas is not good this year. Don't trust that top 10, ranking. They cannot win as many games as they usually are. It's weird. It's not Dickinson even. I don't know what it is. They don't have another guy who's like a good, elite rebounder.
At least don't have I feel like the eliteness is just like they just have they're a good team. They're not a great team.
Yeah. So let's go over the Ken Palm numbers. Didn't update since Tuesday. I believe Houston's still number 1 in Ken Palm. They've been there forever. They were also the number 1 ranked team after the big win at Baylor. Purdue is 2, UConn 3. This hasn't changed much, guys. Arizona, Auburn. Okay, that was some good games. Auburn got a big win this week. Tennessee, obviously.
How can Tennessee be below Auburn when Tennessee just beat them?
Maybe let's look at this. Was done on Tuesday. I'm sorry. Good question. You're probably correct. Let's take a look. Tennessee 5, Auburn 6.
5. Let's
there
go.
You go.
All right. I was going to say Tennessee just beat Auburn.
Flipped it.
So cool.
Well, I'll read out the 10.
Yeah, Alabama is still 7. Duke is 8. North Carolina is 9. And you have Iowa State cracking the top 10.
Yeah, they it's always them and Illinois kind of playing around that 10 mark.
Illinois quit playing defense like a month ago for some reason. I don't know why. They just quit playing defense. They just said, fuck it.
But Duke's ahead of North Carolina, so keep that in mind next week.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, in Duke.
Yeah. That's when Sophia's
good old Tobacco Road, baby. Yeah.
Okay, but here's some teams. I just kind of did some more research. We've been a little lighter on the time, so I'm going to build up a little time for you. You want more content here.
Yeah.
I looked up which teams have been the best against the spread for the year that probably will make the tournament. Maybe not if you're Nebraska, whatever. But I was looking at these. I was kind of surprised by some of these metrics because. And I think we can discuss this. Why is this? So one of the teams is one of my darlings is South Florida.
Oh yeah.
Who they're gonna win that conference. I mean, I don't even think it's close. I mean, FAU is not even close right now.
Well, they got a 2-game lead on FAU.
Exactly.
Since they beat them last time.
But I mean,
3 games to play.
You've got to wonder if they go out early in their if they don't get to the title game of that conference tournament, will they get bounced because all their numbers suck, which is weird.
Right.
So anyway. they are 17-6-3 against the spread. That is not by far the best, but it's way up there in terms of the teams that probably will make the tournament against the spread this year, as is South Carolina. South Carolina has been a super surprise out of the SEC. They're 20-8 against the spread, Coop. And so I wonder with these two teams, not only do they have South in their name, but what do they have in common? What do you think those two teams have in common, just generally speaking?
They're schools in the South.
Okay, good start. Good start.
I don't know. One's in the SEC. One's a bull. One is a chicken.
A cock or something.
Yeah.
Well, my thing is that it's preseason expectation.
Oh, they both ranked?
No, they were not.
Oh.
South Florida and South Carolina were probably picked mid. Like I think South Carolina was like bottom of the pack, preseason. South Florida, middle of the pack.
Okay.
So they've kind of come out of nowhere. So even though they may have been winning a lot of games, like in both these teams, their metrics aren't good. If you look at like KenPom, but they're still winning games, which to me means they're actually probably pretty good. It's just that some of those preseason metrics and ranks that people have in their head haven't changed the numbers when they go into these games. So maybe when they get to the tournament, that will flip. When you can't just blindly bet on these teams, but know that these are actually pretty good ball clubs and they're a little bit undervalued.
Yeah, I'm looking through the list here.
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Oh my God, you're so
going.
right.
I told you. Well, they had a new coach, so they were
other
even on the
finishers. Fair pick to finish last.
I told you.
Wow. Okay.
So how about go ahead, look up South Florida then.
Yeah,
Might as well, this is good, really good live performance here.
I was trying to do it while you were talking.
No, that's okay. I'll go to the other two. So the other ones I want to talk, Iowa State, we talked about them. They kind of bounce around in the top 10 at KenPom. And they've been a pretty good team for a couple of years on and off. They had a couple down years, but I would guess preseason they weren't so good either. They're 19-8-1 against the spread, Coop. So they're a team that usually does pretty well. And I've seen them get beat down in a couple games too. But and then the team that you're besmirching, Nebraska's 18-11. Because as you said, they're 17-2 at home. And what are they, like 2-6 on the road?
Oh yeah, they're really bad. They're really bad on the road.
They did lose at Ohio State. So maybe I shouldn't say much about that. But it's a team like when you say Nebraska in basketball, you're not like, ooh, I'm scared, right? It's a team that Nebraska sucks in basketball, right? No, this year they're not that bad. They're probably getting points at home a lot, but they're 17-2 and they still win the game outright. So
I can't find anything on South Florida.
It's all good. I'm pretty sure they weren't. I'm sure FAU was number one.
Oh, I'm sure they were, especially
right?
after the run they had last year.
UAB, some of the teams that are always in the mix. So they're a surprise team. So I guess what I'm saying at this stage, it's not a big surprise that these teams, like you shouldn't be shocked if they cover a spread now. But what I would say is that don't be surprised. Some of these teams that are not marquee names, don't be afraid to put a little cheddar cheese on them, especially if they're getting points. And usually if it's short favorites at home.
Yeah, they're going to be ranked in the AP Top 25 for the first time in program history.
There we go.
It looks like.
There we go.
So according to the USFF website.
I told you the other. Remember, you didn't try money line pick against Florida Atlantic. All right, well, let's talk about this week's games, Coop. So we all love Friday night action on this show. I know you're getting action up in Mundelein, and I guess I'm going on the Southport corridor, but. There's a big game tonight. It's right down the street. Yeah. You tried to go.
Crazy. $300 for tickets.
$300.
$300 a ticket.
Dayton, your Flyers are going to Loyola. Loyola's a short 1.5 point favorite. 136.5 point total. Very low total.
Dayton's a favorite.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dayton is a 1.5 point favorite.
I see what you did there. Usually, okay, I'm on it. It's okay. It's all good. Sorry, Dayton is the road favorite against Loyola. They're basically neck and neck in the standings. I think Loyola might be ahead of them now.
Well, they're tied for second.
Are they tied?
They're both chasing Richmond right now.
Okay.
The Spiders.
Richmond Spiders.
Yeah.
So 136.5 point total. That seems like a low total to me. But, I mean, Sister Jean's still alive.
She's kicking.
She's going to be up there.
Yeah.
I don't think she has to pay the $300.
No, she doesn't. I'll push her around.
I'm going Loyola. I'm going with the home dog, baby. These ranked opponents against home dogs have been killing it this year. I can't bet on it because it's a local. Remember, I told you this.
Yeah.
In Illinois, can't bet on it. But I would take those points, and I would probably go over that 136.5. Seems low.
Yeah, the total does seem low. The Friday night games, I feel like gotta add a little juice to people too. Like it's a standalone game, ESPN2. They're gonna be on national television. I feel like there's definitely gonna be the over here. I don't know. This one's tough for me. These teams do match up pretty well logistically. The biggest difference is the points allowed differential. Loyola usually allows about 8 more points per game than Dayton does. So
Sure.
I like Dayton. Their size is one of the reasons why this team can give anybody fits, is because they physically matched up with anybody in the country. They've got the size and the bodies to match up. Do they have the skill necessarily? Not always, but
they gotta have some skill.
Yeah, they're 5-4 on the road this season. They're 3-2 in their last 5. Obviously, they've kind of stumbled lately playing VCU and George Mason. But on the other hand, to back up your point, Loyola is 13-2 at home, but they are 0-2 against ranked opponents this year.
Well, they are ranked 97th in Ken Palm.
Yeah,
it's not very good.
Well,
but they've won some games.
Yeah, they're right there in the A10. I think they're 13-2 in the A10 this year. So.
This is good because they went to the A10, I think, a year or 2 ago, and they did not fare so well early.
Right.
But now they're kind of right in the mix, on the rise.
We're split though, but Dayton's going to own them.
Ridgeway went to Louisville.
Yeah. I wish I could go to that game tonight.
Maybe she's got like a hookup, like an alumni hookup.
Maybe. It's probably too late at this point.
So it's 8 o'clock tonight. Maybe you can just sit outside and
9 p.m. Eastern.
Here's the play. You just spot Sister Jean and you push the wheelchair.
That's what I'm saying. I'll push her around.
Oh, you're such a nice young man. You're like,
go Dayton.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Deron Holmes. Yeah, Deron Holmes.
All right.
Anyway,
we've got at least 4 Saturday games to look at. At least I thought so.
Yeah.
Kansas at Baylor. So this is obviously another. And these teams are always in the mix here when we talk about games. Baylor's a 4.5-point favorite at home. 146.5 point total. That seems like a better total. This is noon Central. What a great Big 12 matchup. I mean, you got Scott Drew. He's a nice guy. He's got the little part, and you got red-faced Bill Self yelling on the sidelines. And 4.5 seems like a lot to me, but
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
I don't know. What does Cooplytics say?
A lot of the Cooplytics, said that Baylor has about a 70% chance to win this.
All
analytics point that
they're
way.
Favored.
But I don't like that number either.
It's too
to be
big.
honest with
Too
you,
big.
I thought it was going to be more like 2.5.
Yeah.
So
the
fact that it's 4.5, it's doubled what I thought. But I don't know. Baylor, I found was that's probably inaccurate at this point because the lines weren't out yet. So that was maybe a guesstimation. But according to CBS Sports, that's what that was. They were projecting Baylor to be a money line pick or to be a plus 235 money line in this game.
You mean they were a dog?
Yeah.
Interesting. Unless there was like some Kansas news. The problem with Kansas.
I think I saw 6.5. Kansas was going to be minus 6.5 projected by CBS Sports.
That really flipped. They don't know what the hell they're doing.
No.
Here's what I will say. I don't like Kansas. I already talked about it. Not in general, but I mean this year I don't think they're a great team. But they just lost to BYU at home.
Yeah.
They got to bounce back.
I don't know. Baylor scores more.
They score more. They don't play good defense, but they score more.
But being at home will help the defense.
Do it?
Yeah. Yeah, you feed off the crowd. You get the kids around. Yeah, I mean, they're playing for a Big 12 title.
Court storming?
Yeah, probably.
4.5 point favorite? Court storming?
Yeah, I mean, they're an under seat, though. It's 17, 7 versus 15 here. So, court stormer.
I'd probably take some points with Kansas. It probably won't make this one of my bets, but
oh my God, I just came with our new segment. It's Court Storm Watch.
Court Storm Watch.
It's the Storm Watch. Who's on Storm Watch this weekend?
They got that new movie Twisters.
Well, yeah, they have the upset alert, except we're not on upset alert. We're on Storm Watch.
Yeah, Storm Watch. Okay. Storm Watch.
Hell yeah, I like that. We're gonna start having.
How about this one?
This is one of my
Marquette
favorite
at Creighton. No. Marquette they're ranked 5th. By who? I don't know. And then Creighton's 12. Creighton's 5.5 point favorites at home. Wow, 150.5 point total. First of all, I'm going to say this. I like the over in this game. I like the over. Another over alert. But 5.5? Damn it. That's too big. I like Creighton. They're great at home. They're really good at home. But
yeah. By the first TV timeout, you know if Creighton's going to be their night or not.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be an in-game special. Wait till 8 minutes into this ball game and make a bet.
Yeah, if Creighton comes out hot, then take Creighton, take whatever. You can lay 10 with that team. They get really hot. They can knock down. But if they come out cold, man, it's going to be a long night.
Talked about your stat here. I like this stat.
So Creighton is one of the only one of 3 teams in the NCAA this year with 3 players averaging 17 points a game. And they were also, obviously, if you remember last year, they were one win away from the Final Four. They lost to San Diego State in the
Great game.
Elite Eight. I think it was a 2-point loss.
Yeah,
so
awesome game.
They're balanced. They're a little bit older. They are a little bit 3-point dependent, but
a little bit.
But again, they
got some size. They got size. Big man's in the middle, but Marquette, they're going to be salty. 5.5. Oof. Again, I thought it'd be like 3.5.
Well, you said the road dogs. Those. What did you say? The ranked road dogs, or
If you know, if a team is
Unranked. Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if
Going
a home,
into it.
if a home team
Home
is
underdog.
unranked, home underdog, unranked, they win outright.
Gotcha.
This one I wouldn't characterize that. I mean, they're a favorite too.
Well, Creighton's a favorite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Creighton's home and they're favorite. They're
Gotcha.
they're the lesser ranked team.
Right.
They're favorite. They're not the top. So I would say Marquette, take the points.
Yeah, I'm with. Yeah, I like that. I like the points here. Yeah. That's a little too much. That's 2 whole baskets, basically.
That's yeah.
I can see a backdoor so easily here.
2 full possessions, 2 3-pointers. All right, so Tennessee and Alabama, back to the SEC. You know, always some good matchups here. These teams are really good. Now this is a conflict of styles, though. Now Tennessee can score, but they're definitely a better defensive team than Alabama. Alabama's a 2.5-point favorite at home, 167.5-point total. Normally, I like overs when Alabama's involved because they don't play very much defense, but Tennessee kind of grinds you out a little bit. So I'm going to go under in this total.
Oh,
I know it's weird for me just saying about Alabama going under because Tennessee's they're gonna man up these dudes. I'm going to go Tennessee for the outright win here.
Yeah, they got Dalton on their team. This is my favorite pick of the week. Yeah, Connect. This is my favorite pick of the week. I love Tennessee here. I think they're going to go in and beat Bama.
Little money line.
Yeah, Rick Barnes has gotten the boys playing pretty well. Obviously, we can talk about him in March when it really matters. But
can they make it to the Final Four?
Yeah, no kidding. Bama's 13-1 at home. They're only 2-6 against the AP ranked teams this year. They got beat by Kentucky a couple weeks ago. I think that was
last week.
Yeah, last week.
Like
so
20, remember?
Yeah, it was an ass whooping. I think we just recapped that not too long ago. And then Tennessee, 6-3 on the road this year. They're 4-3 against ranked teams. And yeah, take the over. But Rocky Top lives on. Yeah.
Rocky Top, yeah.
You can take the over here though.
It's the creamsicle jerseys. That might be one of the whites, but I hope they wear the creamsicles on the road.
Well, they're on the road, right? So the other 5 are whites.
Yeah,
a little white and orange on the road.
That'll be an interesting game. How about this one? And I was wrong on this early in the year. The Zags are going to St. Mary's. They're both ranked. That's really interesting. St. Mary's is playing great. They're 2-point. We're estimating them as 2-point favorites at home. 134-point total, which is an estimate. This is 9 o'clock Central. It's a little bit later, if you want to stay up late. So, look, St. Mary's already locked in the WCC conference regular season title. Right. It's locked. So they're not really playing for anything. They're the number 1 seed in the tournament, but they can go undefeated in the WCC. And they could stick it to the Zags and say, screw you, Zags. This is our freaking conference now. Problem is, are they going to be motivated to do that? I'm not really sure. And the Zags are technically better in the metrics. It's confusing.
No.
I don't know which way to go, but I probably would take the points. The last time I think the Zags were short favorites at home. They lost outright to St. Mary's. So I don't really like that. But I think the Zags are going to say, you're not going undefeated. This is still our conference. +2. I might even go money line. They're going to win outright.
Fun stat. Do you know how many times that Gonzaga has made the NCAA tournament and not been a 3 seed or higher?
And not been a 3 seed?
Yeah, it has not been a 3, 2, or a 1 seed. Do you know how many times they've made it, not been one of those?
Most of the time?
It's happened twice in the whole program history that they've made the NCAA.
Well, you mean the NCAA or you mean the WCC?
No, the NCAA tournament. No, so Gonzaga's average placement seeding wise in the NCAA tournament is 3.4. It's one of the highest of all time for any program.
But I mean that was they made the tournament for 25 years. Earlier they weren't always the 2 or 3 seed.
So it's only happened twice in program history. That's what the analytics department has told me this week. So that's your fun Gonzaga stat.
Interesting. I have to look that one up again. I may not be following that correctly. But okay. No. So what does this mean to you?
I think I think they're playing for their lives. Right now they're on Joe Lenardi's first 4 hours.
I know. So, even though they're ranked in the top 25 and they're in the top 20 at KenPom.
Which makes no sense. But I mean St. Mary's is 14-3 at home. Yes. So they're on a 16-game heater. Speaking of that. And
someone's got to break.
Gonzaga's on a 7-game heater.
Yep.
And then also, like I said, they're playing for their tournament lives, but they're also 7-2 on the road this year. So they're pretty salty on the road.
They beat Kentucky on the road.
Yeah. So they, I think they lost to Purdue on the road, and I think there was one other. I can't remember the other loss they had on the road, but yeah, I mean the Zags are pretty salty.
I think they lost at Santa Clara.
Right, but someone on the road. Oh, that's true. There you go. So those are 2 losses. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I like the number here. I like the Zags.
Yeah,
I like the
+2. Yeah. Give it to me. All right, let's go a couple more games that are not on the weekend. We've got Tuesday and we've got a Wednesday game. Tuesday, Big Ten. We don't want to neglect the Big Ten. I know you're talking smack about Nebraska. Come on, they're Cornhuskers. But what about Tuesday? Tuesday night, we've got the battle. It's not really first place because Purdue's pretty far ahead, but Purdue's they're number 2 in the nation. They are at Illinois this time. I'm speculating Purdue will be a road favorite, 2.5 points probably, 139 point totals, all projected. It's 6 o'clock on Tuesday night in Central Time. I guess that'll be 2 o'clock for me in Hawaii time.
Oh man.
But Illinois, can they beat this team? I don't know. Like Purdue is a weird team. They're really good when they get Edie the ball and he just dunks on everybody and they shoot some threes. But other than that, sometimes they just play like garbage. Illinois, they can score, but do they play any D? I mean, like you point, they are actually in Ken Palm, they're pretty good defensively, but when you watch them,
they're in the bottom. They're outside the top 200 in defensive efficiency since January 31st.
I know. So I 2.5. It seems short. I think Purdue's going to win.
I hope they don't win.
I don't. I
mean, Illinois is only 2 back in the loss.
He's like
column,
not a velociraptor. He's like the big one, the
Tyrannosaurus
not even
Rex.
Tyrannosaurus because he has long arms.
Yeah. So
he's like the one that they made in Jurassic World. He's like.
God, now we're getting real wild here on the podcast. But yeah, no, they're I don't know. This one's so tough because again, they are 2 back in loss columns. It's technically not over because there are 3 games left to play. But
right.
Obviously, this game goes a long way. Purdue is 6-3 on the road this year. Illinois is 15-2 at home.
Not bad.
Purdue is also undefeated against ranked teams this year, while Illinois is 1-3. So Purdue likes to step up in their competition. If you look at Purdue's losses this year, it's like Ohio State, Northwestern.
They lose against shitty teams.
These shitty unranked
They're looking
teams
past
at home.
the team.
So I'm probably with you. I think Purdue probably goes in and rolls, but I mean, I would definitely take the over the way that Illinois are playing defense.
Yeah,
you have to. I mean,
good point.
You could see Purdue scoring 80 or 90. So
yeah, for sure. Well, one more game. We got UConn back on. No, it was Marquette. Is on Marquette with
Marquette back on.
Marquette's back on. UConn at Marquette. It's a rematch of that shellacking that they took up in UConn, and I'm speculating that UConn's going to be maybe bigger than this. But I got a 5-point favorite on the road at Marquette. 136 point total is projected. This is 7:30 p.m. Central. UConn beat them like almost by 30, and that was sad. You don't think Shaka's team is going to like step up a little bit and play better? I mean, I'm not going to say that they're going to win the game, but can they cover 5-6 points? I think they can.
I think UConn is the most foolproof team in the country and what I mean by that is what I mean by that is that like they're diverse. So like if plan A doesn't go well for them, they can go to plan B or they can even go to plan C. I feel like a lot of teams like Alabama, they're really good at plan A, but there is no plan B.
Yeah.
Tennessee,
shoot them out
really
the
good with plan A, not really good with plan B.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas, good plan A. Everybody's got really good plan A's.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of teams that have like plan B or plan C. So
because they've got size and they can shoot. Yeah, great guards.
I think UConn and Houston, I think, are probably the 2 teams that are probably the most diverse from that perspective. I think UConn's way more ahead just because they have more offense than Houston. Yeah. But yeah, no, I like UConn. I think they're going to be salty.
How big will you land this number?
8.
8.
Like
okay.
8, yeah.
Okay.
Like
8 on the road.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like 8.
I don't know. It's too much. I'm not. Yeah. Look, UConn's good. So I've seen them play. They're a really good basketball team. I'm probably gambling on them. Actually, I'm going to be sending you bets.
Nice.
Not legal in Hawaii, by the way.
Oh, really?
Cannot bet in Hawaii.
Shit. Damn.
No casinos of any kind. I can't even roll dice there.
Oh my God.
In fact, one of my guys, the guys I follow on YouTube, they're called the Hawaiian crap shooters. They like do practice rounds on the beach, but they do all these trips to Vegas all the time. And like they get private tables and they roll because there's no place to roll on the island, bro. Wow. I'm gonna have to have a secret. Maybe there's a secret. Maybe there's a little underground.
There could be.
It's highly illegal to gamble on the island.
Really?
Just telling you. Weird.
That is weird. You have to wear your jacket.
Just wearing my.
That's how they'll know that. That's how you'll find the underground clubs. You wear
that's
the
right.
jacket.
They're like,
you're the guy. Yeah, like you're the
hot shooter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway,
they know when
I want to bet on UConn, during March Madness, I'll have to hit you up.
Yeah, let me know.
So okay, well that covers our games.
We'll bring the 401k Rocket Mortgage Bet of the Week back to the podcast. Which I'm so excited for.
Roll it up. Roll your IRA into this bet.
Hell yeah. By the way, if you have a gambling problem, 1-800-GAMBLER.
Thank you.
They're always out there to help. If you
so we know what's happening. I'm going to Hawaii. Going to be gone for a week. We'll figure out next week taping, and then the following week got the happy hour, and Everybody's a goodbye tour.
This might be like a solo show for a minute, honestly.
Yeah, I'm gonna be on there.
All right, good.
But I will tell you.
I'm not
Oh
over
yeah,
this.
I forgot notes. Sorry, because one of our loyal listeners, Night Ranger Paul Dempsey, gave me a great note on the NBA. I know you like other things besides college basketball.
Yeah.
He told me, I do not bet the NBA, but if ESPN is correct, unders are 39 and 12 since the All-Star break.
Huh.
Do you believe that?
No,
A betting
39
note,
12.
perhaps. I think you're right. I think that teams come out, they're a little rusty maybe, but so that'll probably correct itself. But maybe you still got a couple games to hit that.
Well, then I feel like the All-Star break kind of separates like who's going to be the shitty teams. And
That's true.
So maybe some teams start packing it in, or they're more worried about getting guys hurt and stuff like that. Speaking of that, can we talk about Trae Young and how
they're better without
how
him?
the Hawks are just ruining his career? Like they literally brought this guy in. They were making the playoffs, and then they bring in another guard from San Antonio. And I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, but
yeah, I know you're talking.
And then I take is it DeAndre or Murray, right?
Yeah, Dejounte Murray.
Dejounte Murray.
Yes.
Dejounte Murray. Yeah, but he comes in, and Trae Young is completely invisible now. So do we think he's going? My question is, do we think he'd be better with the Lakers or would he be better with the Spurs? Because I was a Lakers guy Monday and Tuesday, but ever since I started reading that he would be with the Spurs in San Antonio, could you imagine Trae Young and Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that would be awesome.
That would be sick. To talk about
Youth
the biggest pick and roll, like the best pick and roll game.
Yeah, the smallest and the biggest guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be sick. Just dishing out threes and dunking on people. Yeah. So, yeah, I'll get fired up about that. It just irritates me.
I don't understand it either. He's a really good player.
And they should have a good team. Like Atlanta, they had Kevin Huerter, and they had all these good players, and then just. Hell, they were like one win away from the Eastern Conference Finals at one point, weren't they?
Yeah, they did.
Like,
the NBA is a tough animal. There's a lot of amassing of talent, concentrating of talent.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of patience, which I don't like. I like there's some patience. Look, say what you want to say about the Warriors and their run, but they had patience. They had a few guys that they selected,
it's built organically.
They eventually built themselves up. In the end, that's what you need. You're not going to be able to keep these teams together, these kind of super teams or whatever. Denver's the same way. They built organically. That's why they're good. But
the sustainability is built organically. You can be good for a year or two. Look at the Raptors. They bought a championship with Kawhi.
Well, remember when the Bulls were in the playoffs, and they made one year when they first amassed the talent. Now they stink. It's terrible. Too old. So, anyway.
Yeah, great. That's a nice little insight. A little NBA under.
And just so you know, also back on Dempsey, because he's such a loyal guy, he'll be listening, gives us a thumbs up all the time. He's going to be going to the Kentucky Derby physically.
Nice.
The 150th Kentucky Derby. He's going to be down there. So he wants to do a live hit from there when we do the Kentucky Derby show.
We'll have to get him and Art together.
That's what I said. I said, Art, I've been trying to get you on this goddamn podcast for 5 years. Dempsey's going to be down in Kentucky Derby. Now we need the expertise. We'll just be asking you questions.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We can talk some jockey.
Can we get Art back from Ireland? My God. He's back now. But he went to Ireland and he's like, he loves the ponies.
Oh, really?
The Irish ponies. Oh, yeah. He goes there for the Irish Derby.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
Oh, yeah.
Before
that's an after pod conversation. I want to get him in trouble. I know Natalia's listening. But anyway, what am I doing tonight? I'm going to see Dune Part 2. I don't know if you saw Part 1. But...
No, I need to because I saw Part 2 and I thought it was pretty sick.
Oh, you saw Part 2 before 1?
No, I haven't seen either one, but I've seen all the trailers and stuff. I've definitely gotten more invested in Part 2, like watching trailers and reading stuff online.
Yeah.
But I need to watch the first part.
Scotty doesn't know. I'm going with Scotty doesn't know tonight.
Oh, are you?
We're going to the music box. They got the 70mm version. The big screen, the sharp vision.
Oh, nice.
Can't wait to do it. That's where I'm going.
Oh, at 6:30? That's where that's what our hard cutoff was for, is for you to go to
Dune 2
movie night with Scotty.
Yeah, we hold hands and everything.
Wow. This is live reaction, folks.
It was then or like 9:30 or 10. It's a 2.5 hour, 2 hours and 45 minutes, this movie. What are you looking at me like?
Are you okay?
I'm just telling you.
I'm telling you. I'm just asking.
So anyway, I'll be playing volleyball in the morning.
Nice.
Tomorrow, what are you doing tomorrow? You're busy tomorrow.
Playing Hamlin. Yeah.
At night.
Oh, at night. Oh, well, we're going to Lakeside Recreation Center. Yeah, we're gonna do a little bowling. Oh. Yeah, that's up in
Mundelein?
Mundelein.
That's tomorrow or tonight?
That's tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, tonight we're going to West Loop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tonight we're going to West Loop. So
is that tonight?
Oh yeah.
You got that.
Oh yeah, that's
Money
tonight.
Gun. Money Gun.
Yeah, Money Gun. Yeah.
I thought because tomorrow our pan reached out about doing something. Lee and
I might be down. Well, we're supposed to do Colin's birthday,
it's
but
gonna be
unfortunately,
West.
I won't be there.
Well, but Colin's, that's in April, no?
No, that's literally tomorrow.
Colin's birthday's tomorrow?
Yeah,
I'm confused. Why was the invitation for April?
it wasn't.
What? Oh my gosh, we got technical difficulties.
Where oh damn it, I said I wasn't gonna go, but let's see if I
Could have sworn it was in April.
no.
Anyway,
It was literally Saturday.
Really?
Yeah, hang on. Keep going.
All right. Anyway,
Well, I'll find it.
and then obviously I should have outside. You're playing Hamlin.
Oh yeah.
You got Friday night beverages.
Oh yeah, we're doing manicures. We're doing pedicures. Sorry, we're doing petties on
Who's
Sunday.
Who's we?
Steph and I. Yeah, we're doing sibling time.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then Jordan.
Hannah's birthday?
Yeah, it's Jordan's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We're going bowling for her birthday. That's what she
Nice.
wanted to do, which I thought that was really funny.
Yeah, but
I had the
basically-
cutest present for her. I'm so
You do?
excited. Yeah, I don't want to like tell because obviously
No,
she's a loyal
she's
listener,
listening.
so
Clearly.
got her a squishmallow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I feel bad. I thought it was. I'm gonna have to look this up now. Wait, this is sorry, Nicole. I misread it if I'm mistaken. But anyway, we'll figure it out. We've got stuff to do.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like where's the
I
invite.
could have sworn it was like early April. Yeah. Anyway, so follow me. We're gonna continue the podcast. Sorry, we're kind of getting confused here. We need to do more pre-pod work to figure this out. But follow me at Wegs School on X and Instagram. Follow us at Sign Action Pod on X and Sign Action Podcast on Instagram.
First of all, this is the transparency and genuineness that our followers and listeners come to appreciate and expect from us.
That's right.
And I'm Coop. Obviously, you can check me out on Instagram at Dalton Cooper, on X at Mr. Grumpy Gills. We are the Side Action Podcast. Until next week, we're looking forward to see how tan you get, by the way. And that's all of us. So, love you guys. Have a good weekend.
Peace.